So, what is currently happening in the Pi ecosystem and what is the improvement? What is the way forward? Let's find out. As of today, on CoinMarketCap, Pi coin is currently sitting at the 23rd position, which means it has dropped. You'll see that the price of Pi is currently 90 cents. When you select all, you're going to see that it has been going down. Pi price has been going down currently. With the trading volume of 187 million in the last 24 hours, the FDV has dropped to 90 billion. The circulating supply is sitting at 6.76 billion. Going to the market and looking at the exchanges, you see that the depth, the 2% depth for OKX is 345,000, BitGet 577,000, MEXC 76,000, and then the depth for the minus 2% depth is 893, 1,118 respectively, right? Now, when you come on to crypto bubbles, the weekly bubbles for Pi Network from number 1 to the 100th coin here, because all these coins you are seeing right now, they're the top 100 coins right now, right? You can always change it. You can check from 101 to 200, 201, but let's just focus on the top 100 because Pi happens to fall under the top 100 cryptocurrencies, which is not bad for a start. We should cut Pi Network some slack, right? But as it stands right now, every single coin here looks green, apart from some that are having little bubbles, faded bubbles. You can see that the bubbles are faded, which means that the dip is not that bad. It's not that bad. When you see the bubble, the red color faded around and they are small. But then when you look at Pi, you're going to see that Pi has minus 19.7% in the last week with a very deep red, huge bubble, which means Pi Network is the least performing coin right now amongst all these coins that are here. But then again, I still believe this is a correction. And then there are some pressing issues we're going to talk about later in the video that Pi should look into that can help this coin go towards the upside. So now there's this article here, coinfulminia.com. It said, what's next for Pi Network? This update indicates one thing. Pi Network is moving fast towards mainstream adoption. The Telegram wallet integration, even with restrictions, hints at the potential wider acceptance of Pi as a digital asset. Meanwhile, the strict deadline for developers show that PiNet is evolving into a structured, fully functional ecosystem. And then, looking at this article over here, let's read through this article. Let's start from the top. Can Pi Network still reach $2 despite the setback from Binance? The cryptocurrency market has experienced a turbulent week with major events that have shaken the landscape. The US Federal Reserve has made its decision, and the long-standing XRP versus SEC lawsuit has finally been resolved, bringing some relief to the community. However, the Pi Network has faced significant challenges. This is the chart for the price of Pi declining, a CoinGecko chart right now showing the decline of Pi. Now, the migration and know your customer process is now complete, but many users have failed to claim their tokens. As a result, Pi has fallen behind in the market, raising doubts about the right time to buy. Now, so many investors are very skeptical about Pi Network as we speak, just because of the inconsistencies and the lack of information from Pi core team. Now, among the top 100 currencies, Pi is the worst performer last week, as we've seen in crypto bubbles, as I've shown you earlier, losing more value than others. A blow came when Binance refused to list it. They stated that any token not listed on the Binance Smart Chain is not eligible for voting, thereby excluding Pi from any consideration. Why did you include Pi at first? And then you try to find one reason from nowhere just to disqualify Pi. Because I can remember vividly, the Binance team started this vote for Pi Network. And then when they saw the crowd that wanted Pi Network to be listed on their exchanges, they probably were not expecting that much crowd to vote for Pi. And then they found one reason or the other to disqualify Pi, which I don't think is fair. But moving forward, let's now look at this very pressing question that you should be asking yourself right now, because we need to know what we are doing. Even if we are like strong believers of Pi, we need to also check the facts and know what we are doing, right? Now, the pressing question now is, can Pi Network still surprise despite the turbulence? Now, the Pi token has dropped below the $1 mark after reaching a historic high of $3 following the launch of its mainnet on February 20. It hit lows around 70 cents leaving many investors uncertain about the future. However, it has rebounded, trading at around 96 cents. Currently, it is around 90 cents. Despite the decline, analysts see a potential for a rebound, and there are signs that a breakout could occur. If the support level holds, Pi could push towards $2. Now, emphasis on if the support level holds. Now, there is a condition to whether Pi network will surpass the $2 mark or not. Now, it is currently testing the support level right now as we speak. If that support level can be able to hold, the support level is from 60 cents to 90 cents. If that support level can be able to hold off Pi and then it crosses $1 mark, you're going to see the upside. But if it goes below that mark of 60 cents, I'm afraid you might be seeing more bottom from here. But let's just see how it goes. Now, trading volume saw an initial rise but then decreased, indicating that sellers currently dominate the market. This weakens the buyer's momentum. If it breaks, this could lead to further decline, potentially down to 50 or even 10 cents, or as low as 10 cents, which I don't hope for Pi network, right? On the positive side, if Pi regains the $1 level, this could trigger a bullish move towards the $1.20, offering a hope of recovery. Exactly what I said, right? If the token manages to regain the $1 threshold, it could pave the way for a progression up to $2. However, a break below the $70 support could lead to further concerning declines. Investors will need to closely monitor the project developments in the coming weeks. Now, one thing you should also have in mind is that now is the time to monitor the chart of Pi very closely. You need to watch the consolidation as it's going. As long as it doesn't break below that 60 to 70 cents, 60, 70 to 80 cent mark, right? At least when it crosses 80, let's wait for the next, which is 70, and then the last, which is 60. And then we should also look at the update that is surrounding Pi network as of now, because right now, the whole narrative that has been spreading about Pi network isn't really good. So that could also be a factor that's affecting the price action of Pi right now. So I wouldn't advise you to either invest or not invest, because I'm not a financial advisor. You are going to use your own discretion to know if Pi network is a good bet, because at the end of the day, let's just call a spade a spade. Investing in cryptocurrency is like betting your money. Let's just call it a spade. No matter how good the utility looks, no matter how good the tokenomics also looks, the coin can disappoint at any time. Cryptocurrency can disappoint you at any given time. So it is still a bet at the end of the day. So you should invest wisely. Invest what you can always afford to lose. So that's basically the update for today's video. So guys, if you like this content you just got from me, kindly give me a like and also subscribe to my channel to get more crypto related updates like the one you just got right now. So guys, that will be the end of today's video. I'm going to see you in the next one, but until then, bye for now.